Usually when you think of an omelette, you think of breakfast time, but this one's a little bit different. This omelette is extremely elegant using some crab meat and miso paste. It's all about delicate flavours together because crab is a luxury ingredient. You can see here that I've already cooked it, so it's been steamed and I've picked the meat out. This is blue swimmer crab, and this is a fantastic entree, or it can be done as a really fast dinner. Now in this bowl, I've just added a small amount of miso paste. This miso paste is white miso paste. It's mellow, it's mild, and it's a little bit sweet. When I am using miso paste with crab and eggs, I don't like to use a miso paste that's red, so a dark coloured one. If it's too dark, it can overtake all the flavours. So here it's all about delicate flavours and flavours that go well together. Also a little bit of creme fraiche. Now I love the tanginess of creme fraiche and it goes nicely with this. And I'm just going to start mixing this in before I add my eggs, just so that miso paste mixes in with the cream. Great. Now for the eggs. So this is an omelette for 2 people and I'll crack them in. You can always up the ante, so if you want to make a bigger one, add some more eggs and a little bit more miso too. Perfect. And I'm going to season this with the smallest amount of salt. The miso paste is salty enough, but just a small amount for those yolks there. Break them up and then give them a really good mix. Now with an omelette, you want the egg yolks and the egg whites to combine nicely so we get a really nice fluffy effect at the end. So combine it and mix in all of that cream and miso. It's looking good. Perfect. Now I've just been heating my pan up here. I want this to be on a medium heat, so my thermo spot is not going to be a solid red colour here. This pan's roughly around 25 centimetres and I like it because it doesn't have really high edges, which means it's going to be much easier to flip our omelette right at the end. I'm also adding some butter for some flavour, and this is non-stick too, so when you're making an omelette like this, non-stick really does help for the end result. So let's just put that in there. And now we can add our egg into the pan, and you want to gather all the sides in just so the raw egg can go around the edges. So we just bring it in almost like a scrambled egg to start with. And one more time. And then you just allow it to set, just like this. Twirl it around too, so the liquidy egg is nice and evenly distributed, and this doesn't take long at all, so you want to have your plate ready to go and a little bit of lemon zest too. So I'm going to place some lemon zest into the egg mixture, just a small amount. Now as soon as that egg settles, and it can still be a little bit runny, that's how it should be, I'm going to turn the heat off and add the crab meat. Now if you've got a lot of crab meat like I have today, very lucky to have so much, go all out. You can add so much to it. The sweetness of the crab against the creaminess of the eggs is just the best flavours ever. And that miso paste on top of it. I love this dish. So just crumble that only on one side of this, a little bit more. You could also use some mud crab for this. Absolutely delicious. Okay, that's plenty. And now I'm going to flip this over. So this is where the non-stick comes handy because it's as easy as flipping over. If it breaks a little bit, completely fine. I'll get a plate ready to go. And then it's as easy as flipping it on to the plate. Yum. Oh. Now because I've got extra crab, like I said, I'm going all out today. I'm going to add a little bit more on the top for presentation. And I love to garnish this with chives. You could also use parsley if you like. I like chives because they're not as strong as an onion, or spring onions I find are too overpowering for this. Nice small handful. And then that can go on top. Oh yeah. That is not your average breakfast omelette. That has so many wonderful, interesting flavours. And if you're wanting a really fast dinner and you've got a little bit of leftover crab, put it in your omelette. Eggs and crab, they love each other, and make it extra special with a hint of miso paste.